He needs to hurry up and click that button because I can't keep. Oh, we're live.
We were just giving you a sneak peek of what our parking lot normally sounds like during the day.
You're right. With
Yeah.
a bunch of guys banging music early in the morning. You're right.
Oh, yeah. Wakes us right up.
So, welcome, guys, to another Facebook Live on Wednesday. Jonathan Mercado
Jaden Burns.
here for another exciting episode today. Today we're gonna title it. We're gonna title today's Facebook post "Beat It Up Wednesday," and we're gonna talk to you about why we're calling it "Beat It Up Wednesday." So obviously, this is the audio season, and we've got a bunch of promos going on right now. So we're gonna get to them. Sony came out with their brand new promos, active right now as we speak. The previous promo ended the end of the month, and then a new promo started this month.
Yep.
So, guys, make sure you call your sales rep for the promo deals. Make sure you ask them, what's on sale, and what can I get stuffed in my barns for Sony Mobile. Give us a call. We got you covered, brother and sisters. Next thing we want to talk about promo that's going on is kicker bundles. So a lot of you guys have not heard, GoFast has made our own kicker bundles. So practically we have 3 bundles currently that we're doing, all right? The first bundle is the truck box bundle with the L7 truck box, the amplifier, the bass knob, and an amp kit, kicker amp kit, 8-gauge amp kit, copper. Normally it's normally it's a certain price. You save a certain percentage. So give your sales rep a call. We don't normally talk pricing on it. I almost did. We have that bundle. We have another bundle, which is the single 12-inch box, bass knob, 401 amplifier, and a kicker amp kit. That's another bundle. And then the last bundle we have that GoFast is doing is the double 12 box ported with the bass knob, the kicker 801, and a 6-gauge kicker copper amp kit. Make sure you give your sales reps a call because with substantial savings as you bundle it. And I've already sold quite a bit of these bundles. A lot of guys like the savings, and who doesn't like saving money?
Yeah, exactly. There's 3 awesome bundles from Kicker. Definitely give your sales guys a call. We have to keep putting more of these in stock because they're flying out the door, and it has everything that you need. And it's springtime, so why not get a new setup for your car or your customers' cars?
So now you're understanding why we titled it "Beat It Up," "Beat It Up Wednesday," because obviously we're talking about audio. We are in audio season, so nothing better to save you guys some money and do some bundles for your shops. We also have a Menfuego bundle going on right now, which is the Chuchero box with the 2 10-inch loudspeakers, the 2 tweeters, and a 4-channel amp at a very, very aggressive price. Guys, and when I mean a very aggressive, call your sales rep and talk to them about it. There is nothing out there in the market under $300. This package is well under that price. I almost said well over, well under.
It typically would be well over.
It would be. Normal price would be well over
Right.
300. You're right. So make sure you call us. A lot of guys, I know they say different strokes for different folks. Really, they do. A lot of you guys are against pro audio. A lot of you guys don't dabble with pro audio. But some shops that started buying this bundle package and putting it on the sales floor, they're starting to have sell-through. And it's because, believe it or not, guys, I know it's different strokes for different folks. It really is. But there's a lot of customers that come in and they want the loudspeaker setups. By you not providing that for your customers, at the end of the day, you're losing out on that business. So why not just take one of these bundles, put it on the sales floor, and see how it does? I will guarantee you'll sell it very quickly because of the vast majority of people that I'm starting to see coming through sales floor want the loudspeaker setups.
Yeah, exactly. It's a change in target market just a little bit. You have to obviously have the standard that everybody's coming in for. But if you want those niche products that a lot of people are starting to want and add, and you're seeming to get an interest in, this is the perfect opportunity with this Menfuego bundle.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's small dollar value to get some money into your registers day in and day out.
Yeah.
So call your sales rep and get those Menfuego packages from Memphis. from us. Next bundle package we got going on is a DS18 Thunder bundle. Pretty cool bundle. There's two of them in stock. It includes the amplifier, the box, and the subs. Two 12s, the amplifier, and the subs. Make sure you call your sales rep. You will be super, super, and I mean super surprised on how price aggressive those bundles are.
Yeah.
A very, very aggressive pricing. It gets you an opportunity. Once again, I say stock your showroom floors, put packages on the sales floors, so that way you customers come in and they have $300, $400, $500. You can provide something for them to sell. I personally like when I was in retail, I personally like having bundles all over the sales floor for the fact that you're not trying to, first of all, run around and try to put a bundle together. If you
did that work.
Yeah,
for you.
We really did. If you were a high volume retail store like I was, you don't have the luxury of being with one customer for 30, 40, 50 minutes. I literally was averaging probably about 50 to 60 customers a day. I'm at our retail store, and it was a constant flow of coming in and out, in and out, in and out every day. So we needed to have pre-made bundles on the sales floor where customers would come in, see the prices on the bundle, see the bundle, and go, I want that one, or I want that, or I want that. Guess what? It sells, guys, and it helps because it's already pre-made for you, and you don't have, it takes the guesswork out of trying to figure out what matches up with this and that. It's doing it for you. All you got to do is concentrate on selling and installing. And that's what we're kind of doing here at Go Fast for you guys, is putting bundle packages together so that way it helps you guys out instead of trying to do the guesswork of this works with that works with this. You know what I mean? We've already done that guesswork for you. We've done a ton of research. We have installed several of these packages to make sure that they last, and they are proven to, outperform some of the competition. So definitely think about putting bundle packages on your sales force because it's going to go a long way. Next thing we want to talk about, guys, is MX25.
That's 3 weeks away. Can you believe it?
I can't believe 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Guys,
Holy
if you
moly.
have not registered, shame on you, because today we're going to give away $75. Next week, we're going to give $50 away. For for one lucky person that just registered early and is coming to our show. That lucky person does have to come to our show and pick up the gift card at the registration booth. So make sure if you get named, you pick up the card at the registration booth. And like I said, there's so much going on. You know what I mean? There's gonna be an MX25, very, very exciting too. JVC Kenwood ADS OEM replacement radio. It's a great add-on piece. I got a chance to actually see it at the JVC boot camp that I went to. They were doing it on what was they doing it on? A brand new,
Was it a truck?
It was a Toyota Tacoma, I want to say, that had the 8-inch screen in there from factory, or was it a Tundra, one or the other. But they were doing it and they put it in there and it looked like factory with the factory best. Oh no, it wasn't a Tundra. I'm sorry. It was a Chevy Silverado. That's exactly what it was. And it looked like, used the factory bezel. It looked like it belonged in there. No need to hack anything up. Everything was plug and play. You flash it because it's using iData Maestro. So you're getting all the cool gauges on the dash. You're getting all the cool features of if you add a radar detector, etc. You can do it with that piece. If you're doing auxiliary lighting, you can do it through that piece because it does have Maestro RR2 built into it. Let me tell you, very, very impressed with the install. Seamless install. And it literally, the radios, the tablets, I say tablets, but they were actually the screens that fit perfectly in the spot. And then the brain was actually modular, so you could tuck it away on the specific location, because iData and JVC and Kenwood have really done some R&D where it tucks away the radio in certain positions where it doesn't interfere with the unit. I also at Knowledge Fest got a chance to see a Corvette C7, which a lot of you guys know, impossible to do radios on that thing. The radio slides up and down and it has a cubby hole behind it. Well, Kenwood, JVC, and ADS have figured out a way to add a radio into that vehicle. They actually had a demo of a C7 at the show with their JVC radio going up and down in the dash. And let me tell you, very, very, very
That's
impressive,
really cool.
because you can't do that
No.
with a C7. You can't. That radio can't never be changed. And in order to change it, it's almost an impossible task because of the way the screen goes up and
Yeah,
down.
same like with some of the Audis, right?
Correct.
The screen. Mm-hmm.
So they are working on a lot of vehicles currently. So guys, this is an opportunity for you guys to really think outside the box. And the reason I say that is, while more and more vehicles are coming out that you cannot change the radios, I think it was like some 28% of the vehicles now you can't change the radios on. You could change the radios on 28%. With this added piece, it bumps it up to almost 90%. And they're doing more and more vehicles out there with this new this new radio that they have, I think, 3 or 4 different new radios coming out. It's going to be, JVC's going to have the 7-inch monitor that fits in like direct factory OEM fitment, and then they're going to have the tablet style radio. Same with Kenwood. And ADS is coming out with all those kits for specific vehicles that are going to be released very, very soon. I'm excited about that because it gives you guys now an opportunity to put radios into vehicles that never had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
So aftermarket radios, you can put amplifiers. Now the world is endless now without those types of stuff.
Yeah, and the awesome thing about this is it's brand new. So you are all going to be in the same boat as your competitors. Why not get a leg up on them? Learn about this new radio that's JVC, Kenwood, and ADS, 3 huge brands, and bring it onto your floor.
Mhm.
And then you're able, like Johnny said, to even be able to do completely different cars that you might have not been able to before because there was no access to being able to replace them. So this is the perfect opportunity to, because like Johnny, who already went to the boot camp, he has not shut up about this. He was so excited, came back and told Go Fast. I think we talked about it when you got back from the boot camp, and I'm learning about it, and I love hearing more about this too. So definitely check out this training at MX25 along with all of the other trainings that we have. But
Can I say a couple of trainings?
Yeah.
So obviously room 2 is going to be the JVC Kenwood Maestro training. There's also going to be social media training, which I think is very important for a lot of you guys to really join in at the MX25 Expo. Sony's going to do a sound experience pretty much throughout the whole day in a specific room for Sony. And let me tell you, definitely sit on that training. It's going to be, Chris Beulah does a great job at really showing you the difference between Sony GS and Sony ES. For a lot of you guys that have not heard this stuff, definitely sit on that training from Chris Beulah and Sony, and really, really grasp the concept of what Sony's trying to do and how they can really, really give you high fidelity sound with some of their best speakers they have on the market and amplifiers. So definitely, guys, sit in on that training. Also, sit on the training for the tint. We're gonna have live tint training on the floor. Steve from CT Tint is gonna be with Solar Guard and John Nicholas. Training the ins and outs of how to do front windshields and side windows, how to heat shrink, which a lot of you guys have always asked. Well, I would love to learn. Steve is a trainer. He is physically a trainer. He has classes every week at his location, and he's training guys on how to tint the proper way. Then we're going to have a windshield skin training, which is a new line to Go Fast here at Go Fast Solutions. And it's practically not going to say a urethane, because it's not a urethane. It's not a PPF style. It's similar to it, but it's a different type of chemical bond. It's 8 millimeters thick. And what that does is it's a clear film that you put over the front of the windshield, and it does not allow rocks, to hit the windshield and pit the windshield, certain debris to really damage the windshield. So if you have, an exotic car, Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini, McLaren, Audi, Volkswagen, higher end models, not the one that Jay drives. I'm sorry, Jay. But you have very high end vehicles. You want to keep your investment protected, and those windshields are very, very expensive, and some insurances will not cover them.
Really?
Will not cover them. You ever smashed a Lamborghini windshield? You're looking at $25,000 or more.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Same with a Ferrari, because they're all custom built and made by, not saying hand, but they're molded to the vehicle.
Get your hands on some window skin.
Yeah, so definitely check out window skin. Definitely check out, Wave Tech's gonna have a training. Alpine's gonna have an awesome training. Kenwood JVC I already spoke about. Diamond's gonna have a great training, especially on those new Harley Davidson radios. Which, if you guys are gonna ask me the question on the 14 and up, if it does handle the Boom 2 systems, absolutely the Diamond Audio does. I had that question brought up, and I didn't know how to answer it yesterday. And I looked on their website, and they have actually a video on all the radios that are on different Harleys on how to make it work with the Harley Davidson radio that they came out with. So really, really badass stuff going on at the show.
Yep.
There's so many vendors that are going to be at the show. There's going to be tons of trainings, guys. Make sure to register at expo.gofst.com. Check out the itinerary, the showtime dates, the sponsored vendors, the training classes, the breakfast time, the open
expo outlet, open bar, open floor.
Expo outlet's huge, so make sure you take those times, because there's going to be a lot of things at the Expo outlet, guys. So make sure when the Expo outlet opens up, you head on over and catch some deals, because there's some very, very aggressive pricing on some stuff.
Yep.
Then at 5 o'clock, we're gonna have open bar. You know what I mean? And then we're gonna do the giveaways. So guys, stick for the whole day. You know what I mean? It is a day of training. On the outlet room, if you do happen to buy some stuff, you will be able to grab your car, drive around the building, load up the car at the building, and then drive out in order to keep on going. But, that gives you an opportunity to load up your stuff in your vehicles.
Yep.
So definitely check that out. Check out the itinerary at expo.gofst.com, and make sure you are registered. Now, Jay, you want to talk about some grand prizes?
Yeah, I do. Let's talk about them. So if you were thinking of going to MX25, this should seal the deal. All of these grand prizes we are going to draw at MX25. Be there or be square. You have to be there to pick up your prize. So first we have the big screen TV.
Oh, really? You put your picture of your earmuffs on the screen. So one lucky person is going to win a 75-inch 4K TV. We've done very, very well with that grand prize giveaway. A lot of you guys really, really like it. I've gotten some customers that have sent me pictures of their living room with that TV they won. So shout out to those customers. So we're going to give away a 75-inch TV. Then we're going to do 2 Go Fast spending sprees, one for $1,000 and one for $1,500. Territorial restrictions do apply on certain products, guys. So make sure if you do win that, obviously you have to be present in order to receive those prizes, but it is territory restricted. That's number one. And then we're going to also have a grand prize of a trip for 2 to Atlantic City Knowledge Fest. $500 spending spree, travel money, 2-night stay at Harris Hotel, Go Fast passes to K-Fest, entrance into Go Fast K-Fest after party, and dinner with Bob.
That's the best part.
No, I don't know if it's the best part. But guys, there's much, much more that we are giving away. A lot of you guys that have been to our show know Go Fast does it large.
We do it large. We do it in charge. We leave it all on the table. We've given away bikes. You got to be there to see everything that we're giving away, and you won't know unless you register.
Well, on previous Go Fast shows, there was an opportunity to win $1 million, $500,000, and $250,000.
Cruise, I think.
A cruise. There was a cruise. SEMA.
Yep.
SEMA's been done. CES has been done. Now it's Knowledge Fest. So we've done a bunch of different giveaways at our shows, and every dealer that has won those have been extremely happy. And, we've had a photo shoot op at SEMA with Ryan Priest and the Sony demo car and the Dark Horse. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
So, guys, it's a lot of exciting things going on at our show. Make sure you sign up. Once again, expo.gofst.com. You will be getting phone calls from your sales reps, to talk about the expo. Hopefully see you there, guys, because it's starting to get very, very packed and very exciting on how many people are registered to the show. Next thing I want to do is unbox the Drone XC. Hold on one second. So the Drone XC is a very popular camera in the industry. I'm gonna unbox both the Drone XC and the rear camera for you. So first thing I want to start off is with the Drone XC. What do you get is obviously the Drone XC, the camera. Now this thing's pretty cool because you can view it on your cell phone, meaning live viewing. Doesn't matter where you're at. As long as you have cell service, you're able to view it. You do need to have two plans. So you need to have basic drone service. So if you already have drone service, you just transfer it onto this and you're good to go. Because this has a built-in drone in it. So GPS tracking, mile per hour, location, start, stop, and unlock and lock are all built into this system. Not only that, you have to have a second service. And the second service is really for the camera, how we say, SIM card, should I say. So they have two plans, a 1 gig a month and a 2 gig a month. The 1 gig is $9.99, the 2 gig is $12.99 a month. And it's pretty cool because that allows you to view the camera live viewing. Drone is absolutely doing a bunch of different things with the drone camera, including if your CompuStar, DoStar, Arctic Star alarm goes off, the drone alerts you, number one, to your cell phone, and it starts saving the recording on the SD card that's built into the unit. And it alerts you and you can view it live so you can see what's going on with the vehicle, guys. So to me, that's a win-win for everybody. As you can see, I'm moving the camera because this gets mounted on your windshield, and depending on the angle of your windshield, you could turn it so that the camera is adjusted and you're actually seeing the front of the windshield. Now, another cool thing is it comes with, obviously, the wire, because this is a hardwire system, all right? It comes with all the necessary tools, especially the special tool to take the SD card out of the unit, because there's really no way to take this SD card without that special unit in there. So nobody can tamper with it and try to take the SD card. That's number one. Number two, it's using VHB. So in order to take this camera off the windshield, I guarantee you're going to have to break the windshield. There's no way to take this camera off the windshield with VHB, 3M VHB. That's one of the most toughest double-sided tape in the industry. That's the same tape they use to hold on to rear spoilers on factory cars.
Really?
Think about that. Wow. If you can't take that rear spoiler off, what makes you think you're going to take that off
your
the windshield?
Your windshield skin will not help you on this.
No, will not. So make sure you sign. And then another thing that it includes, obviously, is you can put it if you want, but you can put the tag on. Say that it's protected by drone. You really don't need to because it has a little LED light which blinks, so it's telling you it's like almost like an alarm.
But that's good for like an installer to
Correct.
do it, to give it back to their
correct. You get
customer.
Correct, and you get all the little installation pieces to hide all the mounts and the wires and stuff. The other thing I want to unbox is the rear camera. So you guys are asking, well, can you add a secondary camera to the Drone XC? Absolutely can. You can add an interior camera. You can add a rear face camera, or you can add now a license plate camera, which Drone XC has came out with a rear license plate outdoor camera. So it's recording the back of the car. Cool. Now, Drone's doing a promo this month.
Tell me about it. So
the promo is you buy the Drone XC and I'll get you the rear window camera for free, guys. Woo! So you'll get 1-for-1 free rear view camera and the Drone XC all together in a bundle. Once again, there's that word bundle. So, guys,
we have them in stock. Call up your sales guys.
Yeah, so call your sales rep up and ask them about the Drone XC bundle. Now, let's go to brand of the week. We've talked about the boom booms and all that other stuff. Now we're going to talk about the brand of the week. This week's brand of the week is JVC. We did speak earlier about a new piece that's coming out, hopefully in the next 30 days or so. I'm excited about that. But JVC not only makes those types of pieces, they also make, your standard single DIN head units with CD and without CD and Bluetooth. They make your double DIN entry-level CarPlay Android Auto radios that are short chassis on a single chassis barrier also. So it fits on those iData dash kits that you couldn't fit before because you had to be short chassis and had to be at the bottom. This will allow you. Yeah, got you covered. They make also Maestro compatible radios. They have a version. Oh no, I'm talking about that in a minute.
Oh.
But the brother of this one, the KWM 595 BT, that has Maestro built, not built in, but has Maestro capabilities and also Sirius XM capabilities. CarPlay, Android Auto on both units, which is obviously what everybody's looking for. They make JVC makes amplifiers and speakers, guys, from regular car audio amplifiers to marine amplifiers and speakers. They also make subs and sub amps. One of these pieces are cool because I can think of the amps are tiny. They're like this big. I'm thinking of all the opportunities you have for installations. Not only is this amp rated for waterproofing, I've seen this amplifier dunked in a bucket of water and playing for hours. And that shows you how watertight it is, these amplifiers. They also make a Bluetooth version. So my mind explodes when you get the Bluetooth amplifiers for the fact that side-by-side, slingshots, Rikers, anything that UTV motorcycles, you got dirt bikes, which are trying to add audio, also jet skis, exactly. All those vehicles are trying to add amplifiers. And with this being IPX7 and IPX6 waterproof rated, like I told you, I've seen this dunked in a bucket of water playing music for hours, and it's been perfectly fine. It is rust proof. It is vibration proof, so the little legs will not break. You got to see the little legs. They're actually very, very thick, not like some other manufacturers that put these little chintzy little legs that break off every time. And it is dust proof. They also make, like I said, the Bluetooth version. So the options are endless with what you can do with these amplifiers. I can think of a whole JVC setup, speakers, subs, and amplifier, both in mono and 4-channel. So call your sales rep on pricing on that. You'll be very surprised to hear the pricing on these amplifiers. And for being such a small amplifier, 300 watts on a side-by-side slingshot RMS at 2 ohms, that's huge. Next thing I want to talk about is JVC also started making, and I'm not going to say entry level because it's not really an entry level unit. It's loaded with features. They make a KWM 690 BW and a KWM 695 BW. Now, this radio has the same options as this radio does, which doesn't do wireless CarPlay. This does do wireless CarPlay. So the 690 does just CarPlay, Android Auto, wirelessly, and it's got the single DIN chassis at the bottom, short chassis. It also does, CarPlay, Android Auto, which I've already said, AM, FM, great wireless CarPlay, Android Auto for people on a budget. Now they make the 695 BW, M695 BW, and what this adds is more pre-outs, also adds Sirius XM, also adds the capabilities of doing Maestro, which a lot of you guys are starting to gravitate more and more and more towards Maestro because they're doing vehicles that normally you would never be able to do. And with their new dash, especially the new 2013, 14 Transit, you were never able to do it because it's got that floating screen. Well, Maestro has came out with a dash kit for it, and you use a JVC head unit in it with Maestro compatibility. And because it's short chassis and it has to be the chassis at the bottom, it fits perfectly in that dash kit. So you have no finagling, no trying to figure it out, and you get all the cool gauges and all the cool options that Maestro packs into their units with that dash kit onto the JVC Maestro compatible radio.
Sweet.
They also still make single DIN, I already said that, but single DIN marine head units that are mechless and also still have CD players. A lot of you guys are still looking for CD players. JVC has you covered, guys. So to just reiterate, JVC has so much more in their lineup and so much more coming out in their lineup that I'm very, very excited. And it gives you the opportunities now to get into those newer vehicles that you couldn't do before.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So guys, if you're looking for a line that's really, really, providing some exciting technology out there for your futures, give JVC a try. I guarantee you when that piece comes out, you're going to be very, very excited, and your doors are going to open up to so many vehicles you couldn't do before.
Absolutely.
So definitely give your sales rep a call. We've got plenty of JVC stuff in stock and also have them on a deal. So make sure you give us a call. And also ask JVC some questions at the MX-25.
Absolutely.
You
yeah.
know, what's that new piece that I'm talking about? How can we make certain things work with, with certain vehicles? Their new wireless CarPlay Android Auto units and their wired CarPlay Android Auto units at a very, very aggressive price. Give your sales rep a call because you're going to be very shocked to hear what pricing they're at.
Yeah, and JVC has a very diversified portfolio of just different products that they offer. So definitely asking any questions, like Johnny said, at MX25 will give you, like I've said before, a step up on your competition. But also, there's something for everyone, whether it's you as a dealer or for your customers. JVC has you covered on a wide variety of different products.
Correct. And shout outs to Steve Cote and the rest of the JVC crew that put on that boot camp. It really opened up my eyes to a lot of key features and new features that are coming out with them. So I wish that all you guys join us at MX25. Make sure you talk to the JVC guys so they can tell you what I'm excited about, because let me tell you, it just opened up doors. I have so many unlimited doors now open because of their new units that they're coming out with.
Absolutely.
So give us a call to grab some JVC products.
Yep.
And the next thing we're going to do is give away the $75 MX25 early registration giveaway. Guys, if you're not registered, next week we're doing a $50. Congratulations to the previous person that won $100. Today somebody's going to win $75. Next week somebody's going to win $50. The following week 25, and then it's day of the show.
Yep.
So shout out to everybody who's registered, and let's spin that wheel. Let's see who wins this thing. Shout out to Jay Cohen from Blue McLeod. You won the $75 gift card. See you at the show to get your $75 gift card. And guys, once again, if you are not registered, you're only doing yourself a disservice by not coming to the MX25 show, because there's a lot to see and a lot to talk about.
And if that doesn't stop you, or if that stops you, you could see us.
Yeah. See you later, guys.
Bye.